Hey viewers, sorry for messing it up the first time. I hope this one is better and it will actually be enjoyable. Anyway, if it still does have errors, please send me a message. Don't put it in the comments. Well, you can put it in the comments as well, but send me a message because it's so much easier for me to spot those than to spot one of the about 300 videos that get commented on every day. So thanks and enjoy! Hey viewers, welcome to another game discussion for Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a CLG versus CRS game, and we are once again watching from the standpoint of, as you can see from the camera, HotshotGG, who is playing Kennen this time. And he's probably going top because he's always top, although last game he was actually the mid and got killed because there was some confusion about who was going top. Anyway, I should have been gone already to my Christmas celebrations, but I decided to do one more game and just go afterwards. So, yeah, it's not because I didn't want to go, it's because I didn't have any. I didn't want to go. Okay. Basically, I didn't feel like going too early because, well, every half an hour I'm later, I don't have to spend over there, which is fine. Anyway, yeah, we're playing with the CLG team, as I said, and we are apparently going for Jarvan Jungle, who's starting off at Wolves, and he only has 2 protectors here, because the other 2 are going to do the double golems. So Hotshot hasn't picked a skill yet. That's because if he gets caught here, he wants to pick the lightning rush to get out of there if he needs to. And otherwise he of course will take his Q, which is the shuriken, lightning shuriken or something is probably called. I have no idea, to be honest. But everything has to do with lightning on Kennen because of the stuns, the mark of the storm. And yeah. Oh wow, he actually took that big wolf. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intended. Oh, he's going mid once again, because Rumble is actually going top, it seems. I'm not sure why he took the big wolf, whether that was a mistake or not, because it didn't seem like a mistake. Someone like Hotshot knows that that's going to last hit, or at least have a like 95% chance of last hitting. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because he gets some extra XP and gets some easier, yeah, well, some easier laning against Ryze if he's a little bit ahead in levels. Yeah, I have no idea. But we'll see soon enough if it becomes a problem for Jarvan. Jarvan, who's gone back already. Apparently didn't have a very good pull on blue there. Or on wolves, I'm not sure. But had to go back anyway and is now well doing the rest of his jungle, but that's definitely going to put him behind on the enemy jungler. But I guess as long as the opponents don't know that, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. So Hotshot doing a good job last hitting, like always, but Ryze just pushing the lane. And that means that now Hotshot needs to push the lane as well to well, to keep everything back in balance, otherwise the lane is going to push into his turret and he will have a big problem, and that is happening right now. So he's trying to last hit. He's very good at last hitting versus the turret, but still you can see he's losing quite a bit of the last hits anyway, because it's just, well, it doesn't actually work. Last hitting versus the turrets, yeah, you have to have more basic attacks than he currently has, and he can use his Q every now and then, but definitely not all the time. He picks up a lot. I don't think it's worth it for Ryze to push this hard, because now he cannot really last hit, and yeah, because the risk of the jungler getting involved is pretty big. So we see the well, in the bushes up top, well, not the bushes, it's kind of where the raids are, we could see that the Q of Nocturne was actually poking through the trees, which means that Nocturne was actually doing the raids just there. And yeah, if he sees Hotshot pushing too hard, he will actually come in. And apparently he didn't, but I would have definitely been a little more cautious there. And that is one of the big disadvantages of jungling Nocturne, that people can actually spot you doing the raids. And yeah, you have to be really careful because you can actually avoid it by standing a little bit further back when you launch the Q, or by walking in first and then launching your Q the other direction. Both of the techniques work. If you don't care, like this Nocturne apparently, then it doesn't really matter that they can spot you. But it is definitely big that you can see where the jungler is. And it can make the situations for the jungler a lot more difficult, because it's more difficult to gank, because you're basically spotted. Why didn't he just... I don't know. Oh, he was just waiting. He doesn't want to push the lane at all. And he did the lightning rush to increase his armor so that he wouldn't take too much damage from holding off the minion wave. Because what he wanted is just to avoid that they took any tower damage. And ooh, yeah, oh, he actually got that. Wow. So yeah, Kennen is one of those characters that you have to play quite a bit in order to know what he can do. He keeps missing the big ones, the Kennen minions. Yeah, you have to play him quite a bit because he can do a lot of good things if you can manage his stuns and you can manage his skills properly. And yeah. He, as you could see from the chat, he muted his stream. That's why I wanted to do this game, because it is on General Weiser's channel, but there is no audio. So I thought I'd put some commentary in there just to make it a little more interesting for those of you who want to watch these kind of games. And yeah, I'm not replacing his commentary because there is no commentary, because this is actually part of some tournament. And they are currently 1-1 against this team. They won the first match, I think, pretty convincingly, and then lost the second one, or they lost the first one and then won the second one pretty convincingly. But anyway, they lost one because of bad communication, which is kind of the problem that CLG has been facing for quite a while. And that is also the reason why they haven't been doing very well in tournaments lately. But yeah, his stream is muted at this point because they were assuming, or not assuming, they were yeah, doubting whether or not this enemy team was actually ghosting them. Oh, Nocturne going really low. I think he could have picked him off there with his flash and his ultimate. Pretty sure he could have reached that, but it was too risky. He would have died, and this way he gets a lot of experience. He prevented them from doing dragon, and in the end, it's worth it because Nocturne still has to go home. They didn't get to do dragon, and this team, so the blue team, can now go for dragon. Because without the jungler there, it is relatively easy to last hit the dragon at least. Oh, they're not going for it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, normally we see a dragon around this time, a little earlier most of the time, but it depends on when they can actually engage in a fight where one of the carries needs to go home, and Ryze is really hard to get out of lane. So it has to be the bottom lane, which is Kog'Maw. So if they basically gank Kog'Maw and wound him severely enough that he has to go home, they can take out Dragon. Or if they kill him, they can take out Dragon. But It has to be either the mid lane or the bottom lane, unless the top lane actually has teleport. And then if top lane gets taken out, he can also teleport down towards dragon and take out dragon there. But the whole thing is that you don't want to be spotted when you go in for dragon, because you want to have a situation where maybe the enemy can go for it, but they always have to be late to the fight, because you don't want to fight them on top of the damage that dragon does. Normally that only works if if you're 1 kill ahead, basically. So Hotshot doing a decent job farming here, and is going to help out top lane. No, he's just going to ward. Apparently not worrying too much about his top laner. And as you can see, he picks the same ward spot in this case. I think last time they were on, so in the Swain game, they were on the other side of the map. I'm not actually sure, but I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah, because then this spot made a lot more sense. But still, it is the best spot to ward, because you can see the most of the river, and it is really close to the lane, so you don't have to move a whole lot in order to place your ward there. So Rise once again pushing the lane, and Hotshot once again trying to take out everything. And ooh, did that hit? Yeah, it hit. So nobody's standing in the way of that shot. And now with Nocturne down, it is relatively easy. Yeah, there we go. To get the dragon without the enemy getting the better of them. And oh wow, that was a nice Kennen ult, resulting in 3 kills, but they also get 3 kills on their side, so now it's all about who picks off the last one, and who is it going to be? Kennen actually killing Kog'Maw, and Kog'Maw not able to catch up. And is Rumble actually going to get out? That is the big question. Wow! Flashing over at probably the biggest point where you can actually do that. But yeah, Gangplank coming in and actually finishing that off. So nobody got dragon, and I think there was something like a 4 for 4 trades. Cannot. Oh, ooh, that was stupid. I could have read it from the tab screen. It's 4 for 3, I think. No, I can't read it here. And he keeps pulling up the tab screen, and every time I look at it, I'm too late. So you probably already know what it is, but I'm still wondering. Anyway, I'm going for a 4 for 4 exchange there, because I think only Kennen and Gangplank got out of that. Kennen picking up 2 of the kills, which is a big deal, because he is one of. See again, before I get to look at the top of the screen, it disappears, because I am normally just watching the minimap, and every now and then I look at the main screen, as it's not that interesting to watch. And yeah, he's just so quick with his. He only wants to check one number basically, and yeah, I want to see more than that. But yeah, well, whatever. You can look it up, and I cannot. So the jungler coming in here to get some damage done, at least on Rise, and yeah, they are going to get 2 kills here, I'm assuming. Oh, flash used there, but he's definitely not safe yet. Oh, Kennen going the other way. That was surprising. I was assuming he would use his lightning rush to go after the Nocturne, but they're going to get a turret instead, which is basically better choice, but it is a strange choice. this was safe damage. Basically, you knew he was going to do this damage. And the Nocturne, yeah, he might have lost that fight, although I cannot see how. He has so much spell vamp now, and yeah, I don't think that Nocturne can actually kill him. At least not very easily. Anyway, going for the Will of the Ancients here as a first item. Also has Sorcerer's Shoes. Means that he does quite a bit of damage. And he's going for a defensive item in a Negatron Cloak. Of course he brings some wards for the leftover money. Because wards can be used to great effect in these kind of games. Especially if you don't have an Oracles on the enemy team yet. Oracles being Oracle's Elixir, which spots invisible objects and champions. And which is a really big deal, because it can negate all of the enemy vision on the map that is brought to them by wards and such. And you can apparently put the ward in like that, so you don't actually have to go in lane at all. But of course, Ryze should know that he just put down a ward, although the position may not be well spoiled yet. He must know that the top part of the river is now warded. Or the top part of mid lane. And oh, not taking out all of the minions, okay. Lightning Rush has to be a little bit stronger for that apparently. Or the W, I don't know what that's called, but that doesn't really matter. It does add some damage and another Mark of the Storm to anything that already has a Mark of the Storm. Wow, Lightning Rush through the enemy. And he's going to try to flash and no, not going to get out at all. Not even a little. And I don't know what the jungler is doing here, because he's not going to get anything done. Oh, he just wants to pick up this this minion wave. And someone else joining him. That's Sona, I think. Yeah. So going for the Kindle Gem. Okay. At least that's the plan. He doesn't have enough gold yet, it seems. Or he's... well, I don't know what he's looking for. Oh, going for a Blasting Wand anyway. Makes it easier to farm for him because of the extra damage on his skills. And Lightning Rush plus the W. So W plus E basically. They will result in killing the whole minion wave. Which of course is an excellent deal. Because if you can farm with just 2 skills as a energy champion, then it is pretty easy to farm your lane. Ryze doing a lot of damage, but yeah, with the Negatron Cloak he's not really too worried. And the Abyssal Scepter is going to be a really big deal, because Kennen is normally very close to his target when he does damage, because the ultimate is centered around him, and the W is targets that aren't really far away, and the E is also you have to move through enemies. And yeah, all in all, that is going to be big. The E, I'm not sure if the range on the E is actually bigger than the range on the Abyssal Scepter. But I'm sure it's not that big a difference, so only if you would hit really at the maximum range, that would not apply. I'm pretty sure it is like a really good defensive item on Kennen, because it adds so much offense as well. So the offense obviously takes out a bit of the magic resist of the enemy champions. Wow, nice Rumble Altar! That was huge! And Kennen's ult is going over that, and he is going to pick off at least 2. There we go. Well, the second kill wasn't actually his, but yeah. So they pick off 3 for 2. No, for 1. 3 for 1. So that's a good deal. And it is now... I can't read that. I have no idea. The quality isn't very good because it's recorded from stream. It's 11 to... I want to say 8. I don't know. We'll see it soon enough. 11 to 6 it seems. So they're a good amount ahead. It's definitely not over yet. It's mainly about dragons and barons, and I don't know who got, or don't remember who got the dragon. I think they got it. Yeah, they just fought for dragon, I know that, but I don't actually remember whether I saw the gold pop up. Abyssal Scepter bought now, and that is going to increase his damage by a lot because of the extra AP and the extra magic reduction, or magic resist reduction. And together with his Sorcerer's Boots, I'm pretty sure that no one will have magic resist anymore after, well, when he attacks them. And the Abyssal Scepter is just like the Will of the Ancients, is an aura item, so other people can profit from that as well. And for example, Rumble and Sona, they also do magic damage. So that's a big deal. I'm not sure about Caitlyn though. Caitlyn does physical damage from her normal attacks, but I'm not sure about the skills. Whether they are magic or physical damage. So Kennen getting the blue buff here for the extra energy, but mostly for the cooldown reduction. And a lot of junglers will refuse to give Kennen the blue buff because he doesn't use mana, but he does get extra energy from that. And with the cooldown reduction, yeah, the cooldown reduction is a really big deal for Kennen. Because he doesn't get any cooldown reduction from his normal items, or the items we see on him normally. Although I'm not really sure about the Will of the Ancients, to be honest, whether that gives you any cooldown reduction. I know it gives you a lot of spell vamp, but I kind of forgot what the ingredients are. I know there are 2 items you can buy for the basic ingredients, and I have no idea what the basic item is for now. And obviously this one is really good for the team, especially if the team is AP heavy. So they just faked going for Baron in the hope of getting exactly this to go, and yeah, there we go. Kog'Maw dying nearly instantly, Alistar dying nearly instantly, and then finally all the damage from the enemy team comes in. But by now it's a 3 versus 5 fight, and yeah, that's not going to work out too well. So it's another 1 for 3 trades. That is a good trade once again, and now they're going for Baron seriously. So they did exactly the same thing in the last game where they went for Baron and then, or faked going for Baron by basically destroying the ward. And here they actually went for Baron but weren't intending to take it out, at least it seems that way. And there we go, they get Baron. But it seems that they have this tactic of faking to go for Baron, and if the enemy comes then they're going to fight them, but if the enemy doesn't come they're just going to take out Baron, no problem. And in the end it is a good tactic, it's a win-win situation, assuming that you can actually handle the team fight and are actually all on the same page with your whole team. Because if half the team will actually continue doing Baron and half the team engage in the team fight, yeah, that's not a good deal. You're not going to get that to work. But in this case, I think it is, yeah, it is not a problem because they are professionals. They know how to communicate these things, and they know of their own tactics, of course, because they practice this. Anyway, by now, middle turret is down, top turret is down, bottom turret is down, and they haven't lost one turret yet. And that means that they probably have this in the bag already, because they got a dragon, a baron, and 3 turrets. That is a huge amount of communal gold, or team gold. And yeah, how are you going to fight this back? I mean, that's like, I don't know. I have no idea how much gold it is, and I don't want to calculate that, to be honest. It's 450 plus 190 plus 200 plus 100 for no, remove that last 100. But for each of the team members, and then 100 for the person who last hit Baron. So basically, yeah, it's a huge amount. I think it's 850 per person and 950 for the one who last hit Baron. And they're now going to just push this middle lane and make sure that the enemy cannot do anything to get back in this game. They're going to engage in this team fight with the strongest champions first, taking out the turrets in the meantime, and then running the the weaker characters out of there. But that didn't actually work out because Kennen actually went in anyway to get some kills. But yeah, it didn't actually work out. Normally you see this as a distraction. They basically engage, and then once the turret is down, they will withdraw a little bit, and if they can get a kill, they will take it, of course. But yeah, this was really risky because 2 of their champions got really low, the Jarvan and the Kennen. Well, the Kennen actually died, but yeah, Jarvan is once again low, and Jarvan actually gets killed, but that's well worth it. I mean, they got a turret out of that last engage, and they had a pretty good chance of escaping, but didn't actually work out because they all focused to Jarvan, and eventually he went down. And now the enemy is going to try to push because Jarvan isn't there, but Kennen is going to come in now and is going to defend the mid lane. Oh, and this is not good at all for the enemy team. Ryze getting caught there by 2 enemy champions. And Alistar is going to have to take the fall here. And he is going to go down to the Sona. Well, to the entire team actually, but Sona picks up the kill. And yeah, they know they've got this. It's 15 to 9, and there are so many turrets ahead. I mean, now it's 5 turrets, that's 750 gold right there per person. And yeah, that's a big deal. So Dragon will come up soon, Baron will come up about 3 minutes after that. If I don't know, I didn't actually watch Dragon there. Maybe it was already taken out by one of them, because by now they can all pretty much solo Dragon. And yeah, we see some wards going down in the enemy jungle, because they know there is a fight going to going to come up when they are going for Baron. So Dragon must have been taken out by someone, but it's not a problem. I mean, oh, that was really bad on Nocturne's part. He went in completely solo on a lightning rushed Kennen, who was going to run back all the way to the team. A nice Sona ult, and now everyone on the enemy team is low, and everyone is going to die. There's one left, the Alistar, and no, they're not going to go for Alistar, they're just going to kill the Nexus here. I mean, this was again a 4 for 1 trade, I think. Oh, 3 maybe? Maybe 3 for 1. We see Sona's power chords attacking the inhibitor multiple times. It is one of those nice little bugs. Because you cannot attack the inhibitor with anything but a basic attack, and if Sona has power chord up, that doesn't count as a basic attack. So it doesn't actually trigger, and you can attack multiple times with it. because it doesn't trigger. So anyway, that's already over. That was a really, really quick game, by the way. And we're going to see the eventual stats in a moment. But yeah, very well played on this team. 4-2 Kennen. The overall score 19-10. And yeah, that is just... It was really good play, and they completely outplayed the enemy. But CRS, I don't know who they are. Elements I know, the rest I've never heard of, but maybe they play under Smurf names or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time, and have a nice Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you're celebrating, and I will see you next time. GG.